Good morning, Hyena Nations. What's up, guys? How y'all doing, man? I hope that all is well. Um, I'm sitting here in Toyota dealership getting my car service, but I've been meaning to make this video ever since it's Sunday or Monday after the game versus LA. But I just want to say, man, it is a joy to be alive today. It is amazing to be in the land of the living. I'm just excited about life. Seeing my 16-month-old son grow, each and every day just makes me want to do better in life, makes me want to live longer, makes me want to, be around as much as I can. But also, man, I want to say treat people with respect. It doesn't matter if you know the individual or not. It could be someone you're passing by, and a simple smile or hello could easily, brighten someone else's day. So just be courteous and generous to other people. Also, man, I don't know why I said that, but that just came upon me to say. But also, I don't know, who needs to hear that, or if any one of you all are going through something. And if you are, I just want to say this: that what you're going through is only for a night, and I don't mean just a simple, 8 hours of during the night. It could be a week, it could be months or so, but it's not going to last forever. We have to be patient in reference to things that we're going through. I'm not saying to accept it, you have to fight out of it, but we live in a society now where it's all about fast pace. We don't endure on patience anymore. So with that being said, I just want to let you guys know that everything's okay with me. I'm doing great, and I hope that you guys are doing great as well. I want to say that I'm thankful for each and every one of you. You guys has really helped turn this organization around in reference to, the start of the season. We haven't had a start like this. We haven't started the season 3-0. I want to say since season 8, I think it was season 8. I could be wrong. I have to go back and check the records. But season 8, we started off 5-0. But starting off 3-0 is cool. It's great. The work is not done. We still got a long road to go. But what I want to say here is that I just want to do a game recap in reference to LA. So early last week, the LA Lycans went to their head coach, offensive coordinator / defensive coordinator as well, James Richards, who was a player on this team last season as our offensive guard. But speaking of LA went to James and they told him that, hey, they want to go in a different direction with their coaching staff because James just wasn't using the personnel that they have to the best of its ability. And they were running the ball way too much. They weren't throwing the ball. Their fullback, I think, which is a generic player, had more receptions than the wide receivers and tight ends. But so, with that being said, when they released James, I knew that they were going to go in a different direction offensively. But the thing is, I didn't know what direction they were going to go in. I didn't know if they were going to keep some of the things that James had, or were they going to revamp? Well, you can't revamp the entire playbook. You only have 20 changes. You can take away 20 plays and you can add 20 plays on the offense each week. Defensively, you can add 20 plays and you can take out 20 plays. Offensively, you have to have a minimum of 70 plays. You have a max of 150. Defensively, you have a max of 35. You have a minimum of 35 with a max of, I think it's 80 or something like that on defense. I'm not sure about defense max because I don't ever go that high. We normally stay around 40 to 50 defensive plays, but that's that. So not knowing what LA was going to do defensively really had me kind of shook last week in reference to what we were going to do. Where LA's offensively, it didn't have a shook. We just didn't know what to game plan for, right? So I'm game planning for an offense that was not going to be used, and I knew that offense that James Richards was running was not going to be used by the new coaching staff. So, and it showed. Actually, I mean, we held our own versus LA. We played. I think we played pretty good. We didn't play great because we threw 4 picks, um, and that's not on Dave Burr because he's not on the field. But the four turnovers hurt us. But here's what really hurt us: the 3 takeaways. The first takeaway we got was an interception by Marco Swift. Marco got the interception, ran it downfield. No, not Marco. Marco got the second interception. The first interception was Josh Rowe. Josh got the pick. We got the ball back, right? And so on offense, we marched down the field. We got all the way down to the 4 or 2 yard line, and we settled for a field goal. We didn't punch the ball into the end zone. So think about it. We score on that possession instead of kicking 3 points. You know, LA's next possession, Marco Swift gets a pick. Marco runs it down, almost gets a pick six, but he's run down by an offensive lineman. So when that happened, we marched inside of the 10-yard line, and we settled for another 3 points. So we could have been up 14-0 right there instead of 6-0, you know? But that just goes to show that, we have to score points. I have made some changes to the playbook this week that has allowed us to score points. In my Sims, we've been scoring anywhere between 55, 40, and 30 points. So let's just say we've been scoring in a range of 30 to 55 points. 55 was the max I've seen this week. So we have Queen City this week. Queen City is 4-0. They're undefeated, but they can be beat because their defense is not as strong. They let up 30 plus points a game, just about, defensively. The only team that didn't score or match their score or whatever, or was really in the game with them, was Atlanta. And I'm not sure why Atlanta was not in that ball game, because Queen City's defense is really not that good. But that just goes to show that you really have to put in the work, when you're game planning for these teams. So I just want to say, man, I want to give thanks to guys who have stepped up, helped out with simming games. Brady Clark sim games all week as well. I want to say, was it Thursday night? No, Wednesday. It was Wednesday night. Brady, myself, Dave Burr were up real late, and we was having a watch party. Basically, Brady Clark shared his screen on Discord, and Dave and I was able to watch his sim. And while he's simming, I'm simming a game as well. So I'm watching both sims happen and go on and take place. Also, I made a mention of formations that I want to try to use on the defensive side to stop Queen City's running back, Jet Zero, but which is a power back and is pretty good. So I tested a few formations out to try to stop him, and I didn't have any success. So Brady Clark said, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and do some tests as well. So Brady made some adjustments and made some and so forth, and he said, hey, I think I may have found something that we can use. I'm not going to say the formations here on record, but what he came up with, and basically what I saw in his sims, is that we were pretty much stuffing and stopping the run. Now it just all depends. It just all depends on the game, because even with what Brady found, there was a sim where there was a few sims where I held Jet Zero under 100 yards rushing. One game he had a low of 40 yards. One was like 50-some, 60 yards, and then there was another like 70-some yards or so. But like I say, it just all depends on the sim or whatever, on the game at the moment. So we're not trying to. I want to stop him. Yes, that's the key. I want to take him away and force them to beat us in the air. But it's hard to stop that running back. So what you do, you try to contain him, right? So contain him, maintain, and so forth, and you go from there. So I mean, so that's basically what we're taking a gamble this week. Let's just put it like that. We're taking a gamble this week on on one of the defensive formations that we're using, and this is a really big gamble. It can hurt us, or it can benefit us. It's as simple as that. It's simple, but I've seen some great things in the Sims come out of the formation that we decided to go with. Um, but yeah, that's that, man. So that game versus LA, man, we should have won that game. We shouldn't have lost that game. The pick six really turned the momentum around for them, and it's crazy how they picked up the momentum in our building. You know, we were the home team, and they stole the momentum away from us with that pick six. And you know, I mean, it's only going to get better. Uh, it's only going to get better, man. And I'm not saying that things are worse now. No, no, no. When I say that in reference to, you know, Dave Burr as a quarterback. So basically, what I mean by that is that Burr's pocket composure at the start of the season was at a low of 72. So now I think he's either like at 74 or 75, if I'm not mistaken. So as he continued to progress, you know, his player would get better in the pocket and so forth. Because if you guys notice, he runs out of the pocket a lot, which is okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with moving outside of the pocket to buy yourself time. But if you look at that play where we threw the pick, which was a pick six, he moved to the left of the pocket and threw it right at the linebacker, you know, who ran it back. There was also a play that we were out of position. I took cover three out of the playbook. Anything cover three, such as cover three robber, cover three weak. What else? Three dog T. I took everything that had a three in it. I took out because I know that they would beat us down the middle or so if we were in any of those plays. So the AI they put one of the safeties down in the box, and that's how they got that last touchdown on us. But yeah, I mean, it just happens that way sometimes, man. You know, that's just what the AI does. But we'll bounce back. Hopefully this week we get a victory and we gain some more respect from the league this week after beating Queen City tomorrow afternoon. I'm looking forward to the ball game, man. I hope you guys are looking forward to it as well. We are playing on FTF Next Twitch channel and on TV, so our game will be live televised, and I'm excited for it. I can't wait to see what the new offense looks like and what our defense looked like in reference to stopping the run. So we're just basically going to try to force them to beat us through the air, and we have a great secondary that's going to do some things, man. We're going to do some things. So yeah, defensively, we just got to lock it down there. Yeah, defense have been great all season long. You know, offensively is where we really need to pick things up. Although in the first game we scored 48 points, but in the last 3 games we scored, you know, let me see, the second game versus San Diego we scored 14 points. The game versus Tulsa we scored 23. Then last week we only scored 20. So we're probably averaging somewhere around 20-something points per game, and that needs to be higher. We need to be averaging around about 30 points a game. If you look at Mexico City and Baltimore is averaging about 40. Mexico City is averaging around 35, 38 points per game. You know, we need to be in that area because our defense is holding it down, where that we're only giving up 16.5 points per game on the season. Thanks you so much, defense. Love you guys. Houston's Nation, Hyenas. Y'all stand up, man. Let everybody know you're here. Love y'all. Peace.